My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Horns. And this movie is a very definition of a mixed bag because there are some elements of this movie that are so original and so weird and that I love, but there's other elements of this movie that just piss me off to no end, and it's just I love it, I hate it, it's a love-hate relationship, it's a mixed bag. But let's begin talking about the cast. And Daniel Radcliffe is a really good actor, and I think he does a great job carrying this movie. He's sympathetic enough, but he can also be a real dirtbag when he needs to, and he's just got that level of charisma to him. I think it's a very underrated performance. Then you've got Juno Temple, who I think is pretty bland. I wish her character had more to do. I wish there was more material regarding her because it's just a nothing performance, really. And everyone else is serviceable enough. And okay, talking about the story, I do love the premise. The fact that this dude is accused of murdering his girlfriend and he wakes up with horns on his head, and how these horns bring out the worst in the people around him. Fantastic. Love that. I love the absurdity of this movie. And this movie works best when it's a dark comedy. And I feel like the first half really leans into that aspect of the plot, and I find myself laughing at quite a bit going on. Like, it just really works for me. And I thought I was going to love this movie, but holy shit. Then we get the second half, where it focuses much more on the mystery, and it's just not interesting. Like, it's a pretty lackluster mystery. I don't think there's much going on thematically with this movie. It tries to be about good and evil, but I don't really think it has anything to say. But the biggest issue with this movie is that it goes on and on and on and on, and it's just way too overlong. It's only 2 hours, but it feels like three. Like, this movie needed to be trimmed down to like 80, maybe 90 minutes, absolute max. It definitely overstays its welcome, and you can just feel the pacing drag into the latter half of this movie. I also thought the visual effects looked really awful. There's one scene involving plants that looks as fake as can be, and I like the absurdity of the ending of this movie, but I wish it looked better. I really do. And speaking of the ending of this movie, without giving anything away, there's a real dweeb who is way too overpowered. For this person to gain the upper hand, it just felt so contrived. I did not believe it for a second. But yeah, like, I do like the premise of this movie. I love the last line of this movie as well, and I do think it works as a dark comedy, but as a mystery, it just fell flat for me. It's way too long, not every element works about it. I found it to be rather thematically empty, and like I said, it's a mixed bag, so I'm giving Horns a 5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Horns? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.